So check that out. Old Barney's been chilling here for a couple months, and Mr. Donnie went and got the 220, brought it here, and the D6. This is the big project where I did the big pond and the road coming back here to the building. And we're going to start on phase 2 today, which is the abandoned farm project over there. So I'm going to take the excavator over there, and I'll show you the scope of that project. It's going to be fun. And welcome to the abandoned farm project. So what's going to happen is I'm going to tie a road in to my existing road up there, come down the field line, come through here. It's going to take down that big pine tree and go in to the left of this great big oak tree. What I'm going to start with first thing this morning is taking this brush from this corner that was cleared last year, and we're going to push it out here in this field to burn it away from all these trees that we are saving right here. And then that tree's going to come down that way. So this used to be the property line right through here, and we'll take this tree down, that way we can take this field, blend all this together. So this is the start of the new project farm right here. Technically the farm that was left abandoned for several years, and then it kind of went into foreclosure and then just sat here. But you can see the pastures are starting to really grow up. We'll take all that brush, push it out here into a big burn pile out there, and let's walk down here and let me show you everything that I'm going to be doing here. So he's already been over here with his excavator clearing a little bit, but the road's going to come in right here. It's either going to come in and go to the right of these barns, or we may end up taking it down the tree line and coming back around, so that we don't have a driveway out here in the middle of the field. So all this used to be pasture, and it's been left for many years, and as you can tell, nature has starting to take back over, and we have 12 to 15 foot tall gum trees growing everywhere. So he's come here and started plucking some of these little trees out. We got several barns, shelters, got a carport. It used to be a horse farm. So we got a barn right here, a playhouse, and then as you can tell, it used to be beautiful pastures before all the sweet gum trees took over. So he's going to work on plucking all of this out, and I'm sure I'll help too if need be. But pretty much what I'm doing is getting those down, all that brush cleaned up, and then coming down here to where the house is, and this is where majority of my work is going to start. So they've actually taken care of the yard, even though it was in foreclosure for years, and kept that maintained, but obviously not the pastures. So I'm going to come in here with excavators, and there's a log house right here. So they've actually kept the grass cut and maintained around this. We're going to get in here and clean this up, because he's going to do a lot of work to fix all this up. A lot of big pine trees here, and unfortunately if one of those go, it's going to turn that house into a split level. So the plan is to come in here and take out majority of all these pine trees in the front. We're going to leave the big oak trees and a few over there, but just get in here and clean all this up and get some sunlight in here where some stuff will actually grow, and regrade all this, because right now the kind of water kind of runs to the house. Kind of get all this draining away. I think we're going to leave those big trees over there, but then come in here and clear out the back here. So I got some ribbons on some trees that we are saving back here in the back, but pretty much we're going to open all that up to that field right there, so you have a nice magnificent view overlooking the field over there. There are more barns back here. We're going to end up clearing pretty much all of this out back here. You got this great big poplar tree. If it goes, it's going to smash that. So going to try to leave that one poplar tree there. I don't know how well that's going to work. Might have to obviously saw cut the trees around it. But then we go back here into the back where everything else is. And pretty much really gonna open all this up, take pretty much all of this out right here, leave a few trees back here, but these are nothing but gum trees, and they shade it where nothing but this weedy grass mess grows. So trying to get this opened up where we can get some nice pasture in here, clean up around this barn right here. And I don't know which way is the best way to go to get back to where we're going, but let's just walk this way. Hopefully we don't get surprised by any animals with no legs. This is a prime spot for one. But more old horse barns here. Gonna come in here, save these trees with the ribbons on it, but then take majority of everything else out. Leave those big oaks over there. All these gums come out. These great big pines right here, they're gonna come down. They're starting to get old and all diseased up, and you see like that big one over there, it's all rotten. It's eventually going to fall. It's either been, I don't know what causes them to get those great big rotten spots in there like that, but they're pretty gnarly. So that's a whopper right there. I'm gonna clear all those out and work on this stuff right here as well. Kind of clean up around this barn right here. So here's another shed and horse barn. There's a lot of pastures, and I think there's a riding arena over here. It's just nature has overtook everything from years of neglect. So I don't know if that's a riding ring in there or another paddock or what, but it's pretty much like somebody walked away years ago, and it's just sat here ever since. All the stables right here. Pretty cool little place. A lot of cleanup work to do. Get this back looking nice. So let's go get the excavator, probably go get the dozer, start up front on getting all that brush, and just kind of work my way back in here, so that I just kind of want to work from the field back in, so I have room to start dropping trees and be able to haul brush to the field. Okay, walkthrough is done. I'm gonna walk down here and grab the D6, come up here and start pushing these piles out here into the field. I want to get all that kind of piled up, probably somewhere where that bush is out there. Should be far enough away from all the trees and everything that we are going to save around here. A lot of that's coming down over there, so it's really not gonna matter too much. I want to get all this pushed over there. That way I have some nice dry brush to get the fire started with. And then I'm going to start working on those gum trees across the field, dropping those down and getting that stuff cut up and pushed over there or hauled to the burn pile. Got all the brush piles that were right here and out in the field pushed over here into a pile, and then everything else from right there pushed right there. I'm gonna take the excavator, stack it up to a nice big burn pile, and then head over there and start working on some trees. So I'm getting started over here. We're going to take all these gum trees down off this corner to open this field up. Leave the oak trees over there. Running down here, grabbing all the brush, kind of open it up so that I have room to drop those. It's a lot easier to come in here and clean all the underbrush up. That way it just makes a easier working site. So when I get in there to start taking all those down, I don't have to fight with it all then. So I'm gonna start running down this edge and grabbing all this stuff and laying it out here where I can push it to the burn pile. Just grabbing all these little trees and cleaning out around the big ones. That way, when I take them down, most likely I'll have the big machine and the stumper. I'm not mixing all that brush in with the dirt and everything that I dig up. And I'm also breaking all these lower branches off the trees. Kind of clean that up a little bit. These the pine trees. That way I just kind of really see what I have in here to work with. So much brush. A lot of those gum trees are rotting at the base. Just need to come down anyways. They're not good for anything. Just a messy tree. They end up becoming the seed trees, and that's how the field got overgrown so fast. All those little gumball seed pods falling and sprouting trees. Pile this up where I can grab it with the dozer and push it over there to the burn pile. So for a distance like this, it's just easy enough to push it with the dozer, and then majority of this stuff down here I'll probably just load it into the dump truck. That way it keeps it a little cleaner. You know, as you're pushing it with the dozer, you're raking up all that grass and getting dirt. You have to go over there and sort through it. When loaded into the dump truck, you just dump it out, grab it, throw it in the pile, and it's good to go. Got a branch to take off. Trees on the edge, branches are low. You got to break those off or you'll end up ripping a hydraulic line off the excavator. That's never good. Alright, well I'm going to keep running around here and grabbing this stuff, getting it put into piles. Then I will push it over there to the burn pile with the dozer. And if we're lucky, we're going to have some time today to go ahead and start taking some of these down. I need to bring the stumper over here, but I had to bring the fuel trailer this morning, so I didn't have a way. So might do that tomorrow. Here to the first fence. And we got field fence, post, and wire. I'm going to pull these out and put them in a pile separate, kind of keep all that mess out of the clearing. So what will happen is that wire will get all twisted in with everything and wrapped around tracks, everything. But I want to get that, I got to take this down because when I drop those yard trees, I need room for all of this to fall. And if I just drop it out here, the branches will get all hung up in the wire, and then next thing I know, it's all mangled up into everything. So I'm going to run through here and kind of pluck out these posts. Stuff. I see some more wire right there. It's gonna have a tree in it, but that's fine. Get that pushed over here. And continue to clear out the small stuff at the edge of the trees for the big stuff, so that I can open it up and be able to get to those big trees to take everything down. But I have to over here. Amazing how fast the pasture will grow up if you let it. I bet this was a pretty place back in its day, though. I can just see all this pretty fence and everything, nice green grass, horses, nice cabin back here in the woods. And then, you don't know exactly what happened, but could have got old and just not been able to take care of the place. Got behind, and then it got foreclosed. Could have been a death. You don't never know. But I know this property will be in good hands now, and it is going to probably look better than it has in a long, long time when I get done with it. Alright, well, let me finish grabbing some more of these bushes, break some more branches off, and then I'm going to figure out timber. There goes the fence. That's one way to do it. Then I'm going to figure out the where I'm going to start taking trees down at, where I want to start at. Plenty to do. Probably take the dozer and go ahead and push these over there to the burn pile and open all this up before I take down too much of anything. Been busy here, made it all the way around all these trees here. Got the fence line taken out, and I still got to go down through there, but pretty much all that's coming out. other than a few trees here and there, but all these are gum trees, and I don't like gum trees, so all this is coming down. I'm gonna go jump on the D6, push all these piles over there to the burn pile, get that opened up, and probably start working on that corner right there, getting that down, and just kind of keep working my way back into the property here. There's a big gum tree here on the corner. Looks like two big spurts coming out of an old stump or something. I've dug around it for the past 5 minutes. Let's see. Wolf. It's even remotely going to do anything. It's budging now. There we go. Oh, it's splitting. It's splitting in half. There we go. Alright, I wanted to grab this and make sure it didn't spring back and try to fall backwards on top of me. These are some pretty gnarly trees sitting here on the edge of the wood line. They're all leaning, crooked, and full of branches. So I'm going to try to cut some pulpwood out of them. Whatever I can do out of it just to haul it off and not have to deal with trying to burn all this humongous wood. It ain't good for nothing, but if I can get rid of it, not have to burn it, I've got to cut it up regardless to get it over here. So we shall see, we shall see. Break some of the branches off so that I can roll it up out of the hole there a little better, like so. Lay these stumps out. I'll bring the big machine over here, or I'm probably going to bring the stumper attachment tomorrow for this one. So I can start breaking some of the dirt off these stumps a little better. And also using it to get some of these trees down. Big trees. Alright, I think I can chainsaw that up. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't get down maybe this one right here next, or might go ahead and try to grab that one. Open this up a little bit more. Big gum number 2 here. Getting this dug around. See if it will fall over. So we get that other big one rolled over there out of the way. I think I've almost got enough roots dug up on this one to get it out of the ground. Let's see what happens. Big push. There we go. Timber! I can't move it now, but I knocked it over. Take some more dirt out around it. Get it rolled up out of the hole so that I can chainsaw it up a little easier. Might have to get cut right here. I think it's going to have to get sawed right there. Let me slide it back a little bit so I got good move the dang thing. These trees are heavy. Just dig out a spot right here for me to stand. And that's where we'll cut it off at. Alright, let me grab these saw. I'm going to go ahead and clean these 2 up and then work on taking some more of these down right here. other big trees, and I went to cut them up, and the chain fell off the chainsaw. I got pinched and knocked off. I was like, well, dang. Wrenches in the truck, so I was like, I'm just gonna knock a couple more trees down and lay those over here on the ground and worry about that in the morning when it's nice and cool on cutting those up. Just took that one down. I'm gonna lay it right here and then take this other one down and then call it a day. Go home, get the trailer, and I put the stumper on here and called Donnie about getting the big machine moved over here. I'll put both stumpers on there and see what I can do to get that over here, because it's going to make taking these big trees down a lot easier. It's just got a lot more power and able to push these, dig these stumps up a little better. Alright, let me dig around this one and we'll push this last tree over for today. Last tree for today. See, I think that's probably enough. Maybe. There we go. Timber! Whack! Definitely gonna need the stumper to clean the dirt off these stumps. But man, that doggone clay is just stuck to those roots. So definitely need to get those out of the ground and drying off, so I can get that cleaned off so that that mess will actually burn. Because right now we're just gonna have big piles of burnt dirt. But it will dry off. It's supposed to be pretty warm this week. And we'll make progress as I can. Well, good progress for day one here. Got a few of these big trees down, some of them cut up, and about 4 or 5 of them here knocked down, ready to cut up in the morning. So got all that brush up there stacked up and was able to go through there, all these trees right here, and take out all the underbrush to make it easier to start digging around and taking all these sweet gum trees down. I have a big old pile of stumps, so I'm gonna go home and grab the trailer and the stumper. That should make cleaning this dirt off a lot easier.